What's going on everyone, Supreme Kami over here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the new missions over here from the challenge of Kadomatsu over here. So in terms of the first stage, it's already clear because there's currently a bug, but whenever they do fix it, I do think that the check mark will be removed. So right now, just do it right now and see if I can beat this under a minute, and then using like some sort of like warfare parts as well as standard part. I will have to say this mission is extremely challenging. So if you guys don't have any good standard part all treated, or like those even big scale supporting, like there's some really good warfare parts you can definitely use. Those are definitely going to be something I'm using as well. So let's actually go over the team that I used to kind of beat this out. I actually did try this many times already, just trying to see if I can just trying to perfect the run to show you guys, which I have finally did. Oh man, the technique I actually use is I use a custom EX skill, the Battle Lock custom EX skill. So we got the Helios backpack, we got the blazing leg, and then as well as a bicep. I think those are definitely going to be some pretty good ones to be using just to start things out, because you will definitely need some sort of power to kind of back up. And then once you move into the second wave, you guys can definitely use some non-custom EX here to just kind of wipe things out. So in terms of the first build, this is going to be more or less like a shot build space over here. So I'm not really going to talk too much in terms of like where to kind of get them, or I should, right? But first thing first, we are going to look at some kind of war tech that I active, Ace exclusive, commander, as well as mid-range over here. So parts that I have used in terms of the gears, kind of go over the gears as well. So I do have the maxed out rarity of them, so that's why from you guys to me personally, they may not have like some sort of discrepancy depending if you guys do have them. I will have to say having these will definitely be a big supporter as well. And then custom ability, just trying to set them, when attacking beam, when attacking physical, boost them by 50%, as well buff EXC effects by 30%. They will definitely help out in the long run, because you will definitely need the power. Once your enemies start using their own custom EX skill, oh man, like they're gonna start healing and all that. We definitely don't want that, right? So let me just kind of quickly go over the build. I think the goal around for this build specifically, you want some initial charge boosting, because one, I am using like a custom EX skill here, so you definitely want to have like a good enough first time usage. Like you want to reduce your first time usage, so you don't want to waste that much time, because your goal is trying to beat this within a minute. So in terms of the head right here, we have the Legatus right here. So this one is gonna be this is swallow right here, so you guys can definitely take a look at why I kind of use the part I use. So big scale sub slot right there, the RE72, having that ace exclusive right, getting that ace exclusive right there. Moving on to this one over here. So this one over here, what did I want to use? So this one purely, I just want something for the S attribute as the front slot right there. That's why I use it. I don't think there's that many particular reason why I use it. But in terms of the straight grid why I'm using this one is it was back in the day like an arena suit having like the alteration. So this one, having granted with an EX skill cooldown by 20%, does allow me to use, if needed, to just use the short animation EX skill a lot more faster. So that's why this one is used in here. In terms of the arms, there's pretty much nothing I can do with this one over here. Personally, I don't think I could have done anything else, because I need a mid-range for one. And then this one is purely there for show, I guess. You can't, like, you're not gonna take any damage. That's one thing to kind of look as well, because you're having type advantage, like a 300% boosting, so you won't you just won't take any damage at all. So this is more or less, you can say, wasted part trade in a way, but it's kind of whatever. This one over here, just for show again, purely just needed for the big scale, so I can get a little bit more stat, having ace exclusive as well. Backpack wise, I went for the Gravitier again, because this one's giving me above EXP effects by 50%, as well as shooting power boost by 30%, so why not? It's just really helpful overall. This one over here, this one is gonna be a situation where I just needed something to kind of fill it in as well. This one does give me an EXP power boosting when one enemy is shot down, so whenever I do take down the first wave, I will be able to gain that 17%. So I could definitely use this one if needed to be, but I'd rather have a little bit of a power boosting right there. In terms of the beam rifle or the rifle category, I went with the Hakashiki. This is the warfare version. This have, when attacking with beam, EXP power boosted by 25%, as well as the mid shooter job, initial charge boosted by 20% as well. So this is a perfect scenario for me personally. Shield wise, I didn't care too much about what I use right here. Like this is purely nothing I can use right here, I guess. You know what, I can definitely use this one. I think this will allow me to not have any burn consumption, which I did not really thought of. So this one is just purely for having commander type, as well as having mid-range force filler in as well. In terms of the pilot, this is my cooldown reduction type pilot over here. So when armor is 60% or more, EXQ reduced by 20%. So that is actually gonna come in pretty clutch. And then in terms of the sub slot, just needed something for commander. So that is pretty much what is the majority of my unit right here. So this is gonna be my skin here, just a funny looking one. The ball as the chest. In terms of EXQ that I'm using, this one's gonna offer me a ratio melee and shot attack up by 49%. So in conjunction with all those buff EXQ I'm having, those traits, that will allow me to do slightly a little bit more damage than I could. So this one, the gigantic magnum over here, so this is gonna be this is from Max Gundam, the arm EXQ. So this one comes in actually, not the leg EXQ, excuse me. So this one does comes in handy. But if you are gonna be using this, I do suggest using it at a close range because it does tend to miss at long range distance. So yeah, this one, you know, the Halo's back custom EXQ, why not? Boosting by 49%, so it's much more needed. So moving on to the second unit, so this is more or less like a close combat type unit. So and I'm just gonna quickly go over the portrait so you guys can definitely take a look. I would first go by some of the EXQ to begin with. So gonna have myself with combat stand right now, so that will allow me to do more damage. Obviously, we got the blazing kick over here, so this will allow me to do more damage for the custom EXQ for the opening. And then we also have a shield roll that I can use in the later half, or it really depends how my AI decided to use this. It is either I'm gonna throw this one first, which I should. This will allow me to counter my enemy custom EXQ if they are gonna be using that. I did actually run into a situation where they activate theirs and I activate mine, and I cancel them right out the bat, so that was quite good as well. This one's gonna be the shield throws, just pretty good. There's no question about that. So I'm just gonna quickly go over the parts. So there's not really much to talk about. I think the reason I put them is purely for stat sticking purposes because, you know, they're just really limited options. In terms of this one, the M3 custom, which is something I have probably mentioned in the channel a few times already, 15% buff EXQ effects, so it's not gonna be too much like really good, like in terms of like looking at this, like the SoCal version obviously, but 15% does really translate really well because I do have few EXQ that has buffer on them, so that will just kind of rack up by a lot at the end, right? The arms is a purely, what is this? This one is more or less for like a stat sticking as well as cooldown. On this one actually I will have to say come in clutch. Reduce cooldown by 44% once when one enemy is shot down is nice. So having these types of trait, I guess, is pretty handy when you have to take down your enemy within like a fast manner. So it's not bad, right? Moving on to the back, so this one's gonna be the Suave Glaze. This one is gonna boost melee attack by 15%. So why not? Much more needed. Moving on to the melee weapon, this is something I just needed for stat sticking as well as this. So unfortunately, I am gonna have penalized for like a 10% up to my EXQ recharge, but I am in the process able to gain a 15 or 25% EXQ power boosting, so not bad right there. Moving on to the ranged weapon right here, this is purely not even, I don't even know what's going on right here. Like, could I actually use something else? I'm actually not gonna touch the overall setup. I'm just gonna leave it as it is for now. But just want to have mobility as well as pro attack right there. So yeah, in terms of the shield wise over here, this is basically what we're doing. So this one basically does not really work, but this right here will allow my any of those buffs to sustain a little bit longer than issue. So why not? All right, moving on to this one. So this one is I purely wanted for close pro tag as well as high firepower. So I could have just subsidized anything else, but this one is basically how it worked out to be. Alright, in terms of the last set over here, so this is going to be a little bit more powerful. This one's going to be another melee build as well, so the overall drill is going to be having a little buff on myself. So this one is actually buffing my ally instead, not buffing itself, because like this one does have pretty high stats, so I don't think I'll need it. So this one, in terms of EXQ, I'm using the Cyclone / Burning Machine Guns. That is going to be for the Max Gundam as well. So those are some pretty powerful warfare parts to be looking at, so not bad. bicep is gonna be infamous for what it's trying to do, so not bad right there. So I'm just gonna quickly go over. You guys can definitely take a look, pause if needed to be, right? Okay, so these are just pretty good, you know. Infighter. Am I using Infighter? I am, so this will allow me to use it maybe a tad faster, so it's not bad. This one, it's not really gonna activate. Crit is useless, so you don't need it. I could have definitely subslot this something else. Do I need to? Nah, I'll just leave it as it is for now. This one, I don't know what's going on with this one, personally. Yeah. Backpack, doesn't even work, the portrait. So basically what you guys are looking at is purely me trying to do some stat sticking. You guys will definitely do a better job than me, than what I have right here. So initial charge boosting, why not? It's much needed for sure. This one, I don't even know what's going on here. This one is just there, you know, for the portrait wise. And then in terms of the for shield right here, have a little bit of buff EXQ effects, which is not a lot obviously. And then last but not least, we have the pilot, which this one does not even work. So why not let me actually switch to this one, which I don't even think it'll proc at all. But that is basically what I have in terms of my setup. So that has been like a long, gone over the setup for like a long time already. So now let me actually hop into the actual mission and see how that actually works, right? So now I have to talk about how good it is. Like, can I actually perform it in a minute? We'll see, right? I was trying to see if I can finish it with like one try, and then that should be sufficient enough. So you guys can see that my combat power is not that high. Like, I could definitely bring in my overall, like what I use for my arena. I could definitely bring in this, but there will be no challenge in that, right? So let me hop in out and see how we can do. Alright, so what I need to do right now, I just need to like charge in real quick. Activate this. No, wait, where are you going? Activate all these. Like, are you not? I hope this reach, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, okay. Alright, so I need to switch back to my ally immediately after this. So yes, good thing he used the bicep right there, so we can definitely save a lot of time for me to switch into this one right here. So we can do this right here. Alright, we got in the first kick right there, so we should be able to move on to the second phase, no problem. So we have about 32 seconds left, so that should be sufficient enough, I would have to say. So let me do actually closing like that and then do this. Oh wow. Okay, switch back into right here. Did I actually not make it? I think it's fine. I think the Cyclone Burning Machine Gun should be able to recharge pretty fast, I guess. I think the only thing I need to worry about is actually my second ally using his EXQ, I guess. I don't know. Right there. That should work. I think honestly that should work. Oh, are you kidding me? There's, oh my god, there's no way they do that. Are you kidding me? Last second? Wow. Quite unfortunate, I guess, you know. I didn't finish it under a minute, obviously. So, what? This man has some pretty fast cooldown, huh? Alright, I have to come back around once again, so unfortunately, I guess, but it is it is what it is, right? Alright, I'll come back around. I think next time around, like this next time, I think I should be able to do it under a minute. We'll see, right? We'll definitely see. Alright, so what I need to do right now, I need to actually rush in. So let me rush in, activate this right here. Like, I have no idea why that guy is like all the way out there. So let me do this. I do hope that my ally is actually activating their own testing EXQ, so I can save some time by not having to switch to them. So that is, oh, there you go. Thank you for activating your bicep. Alright, so the only thing I need to worry about is actually switching back to, oh wow, they actually did their own job. Nice. So what I need to do now is activate this, so hopefully this goes through, right? Okay, nice. This is looking pretty good. And what else do I need to do? Okay, okay, you're the only one left, so I can just melee you actually. And what can I do actually? Oh boy, here we go. I think I do have time. I just have 20 seconds left, so I think I should be able to clutch it up and not. I don't think he's gonna do anything else, so this should connect. This should technically connect, and bam. Alright, so we actually did finish it under a minute, so there you guys go. So this is a more or less like a pretty decked out free-to-play team, if you will. Honestly, it is gonna take a lot of like resources, It's just a lot of collection, if you will, because like definitely did not get all the support within like a day spam. So if you guys are any new players like just looking at this new challenge right now, please be assured that you do need a lot of parts, a lot of warfare parts, as well as standard part will definitely make up the majority bulk of what I'm using right here. But if you guys do have some SoCal parts, definitely use those, because in this situation, what I'm demonstrating is basically for those that may not have certain, let's say, Sokai tier parts. But I do hope that in terms of those warfare part or even standard part, you guys may have them. But yeah, with that being said, that is how you can successfully beat the first wave of the new mission over here using some standard part as well as some warfare parts over here. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys all on the next one.